the Slam Jam YouTube channel, as well as Extreme Improv Extremed, and a bunch of other places. We're on Twitch, we're on Twitter, we're on the full shebang. Now, we're going to be getting on talking about all kinds of things, including a new world champion in WWE, the potential of who the first opponent will be for that title. But first of all, let's get on to the intro credits.
We're locked in a cage, it's the Slam Jam Show. We're dynamite, you better feel alive. We're better than you, and you know it. Yeah. If you don't like it, we got two words for you. Slam Jam, feel the power, feel the roar. Slam Jam, it's the smackdown you've been waiting for. You can't see a chico, you've been serving hard time. Ooh yeah, Slam Jam, and that's the bottom line. Slam Jam, now there's a Slam Jam wrestling show. We're like the girl, it's the big show. You got no chance when you're real forget. That's the risk, that's the worst. If you smell what we're cooking, it's a Slam Jam wrestling show. The champion's here. Snap into a Slam Jam. The Slam Jam show. Yeah, yo. Yeah. Oh, you didn't know. It's the Slam Jam show. We don't dance. One big ass. It's the Slam Jam F1 show about you. Yeah.
Okay, so fantastic. So I am David Stansky, and joining us for the first time today, Ian. Say hello to the people.
Hello, people. Thanks for having me. I'm excited. My first Slam Jam and an eventful week to talk about. So
Yeah, do you know what? It's definitely been an eventful week. And speaking of eventful, where the hell is everyone else? So we should be joined by Gav shortly. Corey, we're going to check on soon enough. But
it's my first show. I figured I'd be on time.
well, yeah, exactly. Do you know what? The one thing you'll learn about our shows is that the timings of them is up for interpretation. As much as I don't want it to be, but we have fun. We have fun. So yeah, they'll do a run in. They'll do a run in at some point.
Awesome.
But yes, we have a new WWE World Heavyweight Champion. Jey Uso dropped the title to Gunther, and Jey Uso's reign comes to an end after, I think, 51 days.
Yeah,
51 days. Now
it was a good time, not a long time, huh?
it what do you know
Some
what
might say.
Well, some might say. Now, famously, well, not famously, but for people that follow this show, they will know that I wasn't a fan of Jey Uso being world champion.
I have to confess, me neither.
No, it's just, to me, he was world champion because he's Roman's cousin. He'd got the whole yeet thing was just like, but over the years we've had we've had delete, we've had all these kinds of things.
Yeah.
Here comes Gav. We'll get him involved in this as well. Hello, Gav.
Hey guys.
Hey, Gav.
How you doing?
Gav, meet Ian. Ian, meet Gav.
Virtual handshake to Gav. Hi.
Virtual handshake. So, Gav, say a quick hello to the people, Gav.
Hello, people. In
Yes.
all their unisons, in all their glory.
Yeah. Now, Gav, we were just saying 51 days, I believe it is. Jey Uso's reign has come to an end, and Gunther is the champion.
No yeet.
Yeah, no yeet. It turns out
yeet.
one out in the end. So, the reason for it, which I think people have been saying about for a little while, but it seems it's come to light definitely today with a lot of headlines about it, is because it's going to be Gunther versus Goldberg is the match they're building up to, and they wanted it to be a world title match. So let's just bring it up here so we can just see like a headline about it. Confirmed that that Jey Uso dropped the world title to Gunther because Triple H Paul Levesque made the call for Gunther to be versus Goldberg on the Saturday night's main event, a world title match. Now,
What's the date on that? Sorry again.
July 12th. So that
Oh,
is a month yesterday. A month yesterday.
Has AEW got an event that day?
Yes, they do.
Probably.
They have. I believe that's all in
There you go.
weekend. So all in Texas is happening. And so Goldberg's final match, I don't think it's going to have the same mystique as Sting's final match.
No.
But
Possibly not.
if anyone can pull a career-defining match out of Goldberg, it's Gunther.
If no one gets concussed, including on the dressing room door on the way out,
Yes.
let's take it as a win, shall we?
Yeah, like, oh my
As
God.
long as they don't put the title on him. Like, that's my anxiety. I remember Saudi. I remember The Fiend. Like, we can't do this again. We cannot do this again.
How
I
brilliant
can't.
would it
That's
be
for sure.
if Goldberg super kicks Gunther and they're like, oh, he's knocked out, like Bret Hart echoes and stuff. Now, the only thing is, I don't know that I'd trust Goldberg to do that as a spot.
Right.
But yeah,
if he was up to it, it's the hell of a near fall, isn't it? But
Yeah.
the anxiety's real.
WWE, this feels such a Vince thing that just not reading the room though, because I remember over the years there were so many times, like when when Roman first won the Royal Rumble, and everyone wanted Daniel Bryan to win it, and he wasn't even in it, and the reason he wasn't in it is because they felt like, well, if we don't have him in it, then they'll go for Roman.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, we didn't want that.
No,
They do it.
exactly that.
They do it over and over again. Do you remember the one ECW pay-per-view that WWE did after they launched ECW? What was that? December to December.
Yeah.
And the main event of it was an elimination chamber, and they wanted Lashley to win. And he was the least ECW guy in the match, other than Test, right? There was Test in it. But then like Rob Van Dam and Sabu got eliminated like first and second.
Yeah.
And the reason that happened is so that throughout the rest of the match, they believed that, oh, well, since those guys are gone, we'll rally around Lashley. And it's like, it wasn't who they wanted for that win. You know, they just do it over and over again. It feels like a very Vince move.
And I guess that shows a typical example of Vince trying to like phase out what he considered the old, phase out the Heyman ECW. I believe, am I right in thinking that it was that show that Heyman left? Because Heyman had an idea for Punk, and Vince was just not having it. So,
oh my God, was Punk even in that match? He could have been.
I remember a story. Was it on Something to Wrestle or something that Heyman was very keen for Punk to submit, a bit like Baszler did a couple of years back.
Yeah,
I think that's what Heyman had in mind for Punk, and Vince was like, "No."
Wouldn't surprise me. That ECW show was a one and done. I've never watched it back.
Never.
Yeah. But where's the link? Hang on one second. Right,
the missing link, huh?
Right above is literally right there. So hang on one second. We're going to get a second run in. Ian, I warned you. This is how it goes here. We just continually get run-ins.
Ready for it? We should have the countdown.
I don't think it'll be that quick.
Okay.
So we'll give it a moment before people come in, but
we'll be left waiting like Penta at the top of the ladder, just waiting.
Or
they're coming.
Or waiting for Travis Scott.
Yes, my God, yeah.
Still, that is the biggest mystery to me. Like, why he was? What was the plan ever meant to be?
No idea.
Well, seemingly The Rock knew he wasn't going to turn up. Like, they had months to figure it out, and just went, "Yeah, send Travis down. That'll be fine."
I think The Rock was just like, you know what? Without me, screw you guys, and screw everything. Basically.
Yeah. Okay, so let's just give our predictions for this. Surely, Goldberg is going to lose his last match.
I think he's got to. He's got to.
The only other possibility there is that he wins it, and then the title is vacant, and then Gunther and Jey at SummerSlam, and then Jey wins it back.
Oh, actually,
I think
it's kind of sorry.
Go ahead, Gav. You go.
No, I was just thinking like things have changed a little bit because I was there thinking that Punk was going to go there, but obviously now Punk's being factored in with Cena. are we then, in a twisted way, gonna get R-Truth? Well, not sorry, Ron Killings
For the world
What,
title?
for the world title.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like we'll definitely get a lot into everything truth in it shortly,
Right.
and that'd be an interesting direction for it. There is another possibility. Here comes KD. Right. So another possibility is Seth is going to cash in. But imagine if Goldberg's last match turns into 2 last matches, and he defeats Gunther. He's the world champion, and then Seth, or no, that would be terrible if Seth ran in during the match like he did, obviously, to take it off of Brock. Hello, KD.
KD.
Oh yeah. What match are you on about?
Oh, we're just saying about Gunther is going to be wrestling Goldberg. Is it's not been announced, but it has been apparently confirmed.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of this.
Yeah.
I assume that probably would be the case. Like now that he's a champion again, it kind of makes sense to me. It feels like a crown jewel one though, which is just like 2 weeks away, isn't it?
Is Crown Jewel literally 2 weeks?
About that.
Something like that.
Oh
Yeah.
gosh,
so.
wow, that has come around quick. So yeah, we'll get into everything King and Queen of the Ring as well.
I think to go back, Dave, to what you were saying about the vacant title,
Yeah.
I think that's an idea. I think the world title though is still quite young. Like it's still quite a young belt. It took Seth quite a long time to like legitimize it, and to so quickly go to a vacant situation, I think would be like it would take it back a couple steps. You know?
Yeah, I totally agree. If it's suddenly vacant, because when was it introduced? Was it like 2 years ago or a year and a half ago?
Yeah, no more than that. I don't think.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
By the way, hello, Dev. Oh, Mr. Iguana. Dev, say hello to the people.
Hello to people.
Good. Okay, so let's move on a little bit from the world title picture. We'll come back round to it.
Which
very
one?
quickly, Mr. Iguana. Let's just. I don't think we've discussed him on the show since he made magic. What's everyone's opinions of Mr. Iguana? Okay, I'm going to give my very quick opinion. All these news headlines being he's going straight to the main roster.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing. That he's going straight to the main roster. I have an iguana somewhere. Right, I'm not going to do it.
My wife is an English teacher for Chinese kids and uses lots of props. I came into the room, saw this, and I was like, done.
Done. Yeah. Love it. That's amazing.
I can't flip him, but you know.
Well, keep practicing.
You can learn. Yeah.
But yeah, so they're saying that he's going to go straight to the main roster. That he's this huge merch seller. I'm like, we've seen him on TV for 1 week. Like, yeah, we'll see. Go on, Dev.
So, in terms of t-shirt sales, he's currently number 3.
Wow.
Who's
It's-
1 and 2? Do you know?
Cena and Truth.
Oh, really?
Well,
Oh,
yeah,
that's
it would be.
good.
It would be.
Not carrying cross.
Nah.
He was still high though.
No, that's crazy. That like as soon as I tuned into Worlds Collide and it was a few minutes in and it was on that match, and I remember just like messaging straight away, being like, "Mr. Iguana is my favorite wrestler in the promotion."
Yeah.
There's something just so
Put all the
crazy.
titles on him.
Yeah, put the world title, Mr. Iguana to retire Cena. Come on, Dev.
There we go.
WWE are estimating 2 million sales of the plush iguana.
The
As soon as
stuffed
it comes
iguana.
out, 2 million sales. They're projecting 2 million sales.
Wow.
Wow.
This is where it's come to
I
now.
get it though.
You don't need to wrestle anymore. Just come up with a really good gimmick. And
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what it's
That's
always
what
been.
it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. To
Yeah,
some
it's always
degree.
that.
Look at Hulkamania. Look at like Zack Ryder, like ages ago.
Zack Ryder. Yeah.
Stone Cold. Stone Cold wasn't a good wrestler really after he broke his neck.
Yeah.
That. Do you know what? I never. You go back and watch Stunning Steve Austin in WCW wrestling Ricky Steamboat.
oh, completely different.
Yeah, completely different.
Yeah. Same with
Okay,
Victor.
so Mr. Iguana is a thing. He'll probably he feels like he's WWE's Danhausen. He's just gonna
Yeah.
pop up, do some weird stuff.
There's a rumor, isn't there, that Danhausen's on his way out of AEW, and so a
Don't do anything,
Danhausen
Gavin,
Mr.
don't.
Iguana match could be.
I
never
think
mind
they're more
big
like
beefy boys
15.
slapping beef. It's the
Yeah.
Make it a
Iguana
three-man.
and
Get Santino back.
Get Santina,
Yes.
Cobra, Iguana,
Yeah.
and Danhausen.
There you go.
That'd be great.
Perry Saturn's still got
Keith
Motley around
Cooper.
somewhere, maybe.
Yeah, and head.
Jeff?
Yes.
So Santino's revealed recently that the whole NXT thing was because of his daughter.
Oh,
Really?
Because he went to his dad saying, I really want to work with you. I don't know how we're going to do this. So her dad went to Ariel, the producer guy in TNA, Ariel.
Yeah.
Went to the higher ups who then reached out to WWE saying, we can help you against AEW. And
Yeah.
they're like, okay, we'll have a partnership and see where it goes.
Well, yeah. Do you know what? Like the NXT NXT TNA deal has done great things for TNA, and we've been saying over the last couple of months that it's WWE's stealth attack on AEW to just position TNA as the number 2 promotion.
Proxy war.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Okay, sorry, I'm just going to bring this up because just scanning for headlines, and the dream may be over already, guys. Mr. Iguana received backstage heat after saying he'll skip NXT for WWE main roster. The dream is over. Oh,
Damn it.
You've got visions of that iguana in a wheelchair getting pushed off the stage by Kane.
Yes, by Kane.
No, I bet you the only backstage heat is CM Punk. The only person who would say no to that is CM Punk.
I doubt that.
What, to Mr. Iguana?
Yeah.
I doubt that. I think
okay. Let's quickly cover CM Punk because he's been getting a lot of headlines in the last week because he's going against Cena. He's going to Saudi Arabia, and everyone's saying that everything that he said before, that Hangman was right, that Jack Perry was right. Go on, Dev.
I love the fact that this is actually the most heel thing Cena's ever done, and nobody realized it.
So John Cena shared something of the Miz, didn't he?
Yeah.
At Crown Jewel or whatever. Yeah.
And like, this is the best part. Like, he knows that CM Punk said that, so he's making CM Punk be a hypocrite by saying, "You want to talk much? Fucking come to Saudi Arabia."
Yeah. Well, yeah. Okay, so I've had this thought. I think the Cena being a heel thing hasn't worked at all, and I think that they're like. I think if they're going to turn Cena face, it's like they need someone really, really good for him to be against as a heel. Because if they turn Cena face...
They had Orton. They fucked it up.
Yeah, but
I don't know.
They had Orton as the face, right? So if they have John Cena having to backpedal and become a face again, they need a heel who would be brilliant for him to work against. And I think CM Punk is the only person that would work.
See, everyone's been saying that even online.
Yeah.
Hey,
Gav, I'm saying I came up with it first, right?
Oh, okay, I'll give you credit. But I don't think it was going to happen like that. CM Punk's too over. And I think
he won't get the heat.
That he's going to get booed in Saudi. It's the first time they're going to see him.
They're not going to boo him in Saudi.
No way.
They're not going to boo him in Saudi. They're not reading the headlines saying about Punk said some obscure comment, you know. Dev.
If you treated it from a meta smart knows about the business sort of insider way, the Cena heel run has been amazing. Because technically, he's ended Cody's title reign. He got he could take credit for getting R-Truth fired.
They should definitely have
That's what they should have done.
Yes, 100%. That should have been the story.
Yeah.
That like at first I wondered, like, because that was such garbage that they put R-Truth in the main event, or even if it wasn't the last match of Saturday night's main event one of Cena's very last matches ever, and then a week later, he's just been released.
It's like Cena getting rid of all his like previous foes from 2004.
Yeah.
I think that's why people were like, "Oh, it's the Miz next," kind of thing.
Well, and that's the way that it could have worked as a story.
Yeah.
But for Triple H to sit there and go, it's all part of the show. Bollocks.
Yeah.
Bollocks. Like, I'd have so much more respect if they'd just gone, we made a mistake. We listened to you, the people. We're now the listening company. We brought him back.
And you know what? They could have even explained it just by saying, look, there was a contract negotiation. We wanted to work it out. We couldn't come to terms. But now we did the deal. Speaking of, I've just seen this. Otherwise, I'll miss it. Speaking of WWE doing the deals, Omos has signed a multi-year new deal with WWE.
I saw that.
They've got to use him.
How long's it been now?
Yeah. Well, he won a tag title in Japan, which they got him to relinquish, and then they didn't bring him back. He didn't.
Well,
he didn't lose
announced
it. He just
at the show, like, I'm going back to WWE.
Yeah.
Like, thanks so much.
Oh, okay. I'm assuming they're just afraid of anyone else having the special attraction, aren't they?
Yeah.
Like who? Like AEW's got a guy who's just as tall. Like, what was that guy, Satnam Singh? Yeah. What did they ever do with him? He was just Sanjay Dutt and Jeff Jarrett's corner man.
Big guy.
Yeah. Omos can actually move though. It's just they don't use him. Omos is actually decent.
It's such a strange one as well, because
he can be anyway. Is a better way to put it.
For everything that WWE get wrong, they do big men historically really, really well for the most part.
If your name isn't Big Show.
If your name isn't Big Show.
Do you know though? I think the era of the big man, like, it kind of died in the 90s. I don't think they've done big men well since then. Like, you could say, Batista and Brock Lesnar, but they're a different type of big man.
Yeah, but I mean, he wasn't my guy by any means. But Strowman's first one.
Fair play.
He got over, man. He was huge.
Yeah, and then they turned him heel for some reason, and it messed up.
I thought that was good. The whole I'm not finished with you, Roman. All of that was great.
It got a pop. It was just like pushing.
Flipping over an ambulance was amazing.
Yeah, the ambulance. But the problem with Strowman is they gave him the greatest Royal Rumble ever win and a title that you never saw again, never mentioned again. He became world champion literally because COVID happened and Roman, got his health stuff, so he was like, I can't defend it. And then he was throughout the pandemic era where they were like giving him choo-choo train sounds and stuff.
Trains, that was it.
And they released him.
Good
times. Then they brought him back. And now they've released him again. And they say that he might have some health stuff. But yeah, they dropped the ball on him massively.
And they're saying that they've still bring him back again. It's just that his money was too high. So
he'll be good for a Rumble pop for the next.
Yeah.
So Strowman must be sat at home thinking, why didn't they chant for me? And there's Carlito as well.
Carlito?
Yeah.
And that's, I think, what makes it quite insulting for him to say it's all part of the show. Because, where's Carlito? Where's Sarah Logan, who you released on like the same day? If that's part of the show, that's gross.
Yeah.
Right? And what about the next guy that gets released? Is it just going to be Carnage now every time there's a release?
Not being funny as well with the Judgment Day now. I think it's all scrambled up. You needed Carlito in there, like the PlayStation's gone,
right?
I completely missed that.
In with Raquel.
Yeah. Dev.
There are so many missed opportunities with it.
The Cena thing, like the way I book the Cena heel run is let him admit all the rumors that have been attributed to him being him. He could be like, yeah, Zack Ryder wanted to come back at the Royal Rumble. I said no. The Nexus? It was me.
I just don't know what the idea of Cena ever turning heel was. There is no benefit to this.
No, it's a benefit for him. It's like it's personal.
Yeah,
He wanted to do it
For
before
his
he
own,
got fired.
like you know, when
It's not
you're an actor or whatever, you want to go out of your comfort zone because you've been playing
exactly,
a part for so long, and like you want to kind of see how it feels to be on the other side of it. So,
As it turns
Yeah,
out,
not
he's
good.
not very good. It just turns out that he isn't very good. Could
He's
be
not
good.
very good. He's not
He-
very good.
but
He
that's
he
the
was a
thing.
great heel.
I
when he was
don't dislike it.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's the
I
same
enjoy it. I do.
with Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch, what is there to hate about her apart from her going? "There's
Oh, I
something
don't
really
like
bad."
Becky Lynch. I hate Becky Lynch generally.
Same.
Really?
Same.
Wow.
Yeah.
I agree.
I was going to say I did get a bit fed up as well, but like she's
But
come back around.
my issue with Becky Lynch, right, is I felt like you could root for her when she was somewhat like a bit of the underdog. She had that bloody face, and everyone was like, "Yeah, we want her in the main event of WrestleMania." And then from that circumstance happening, which put her in the main event of WrestleMania, suddenly she was acting like, "Yeah, well, I absolutely am the top of this." It's like, no, you weren't. You were the underdog we were pushing for.
Exactly.
And so as it suddenly flipped where it's like as if she was always the best. It's like, no, you weren't the best. You were the underdog that we were rallying behind.
Yeah.
And then I think like the heel when she came, do you remember when she came back and who is it she defeated for a title in like 3 seconds? Bianca Belair. And it was just like, yeah, they just made some dumb decisions. Go on, Dev.
I have a wrestling fun fact for you. I got Becky Lynch in trouble.
You got Becky Lynch in trouble. Whoa.
Hey.
In what way?
Okay, so do you remember when she had the steampunk gimmick, and suddenly it went away?
Yeah.
Yeah, the goggles and that.
Yeah, during a meet and greet, I revealed to them that they're basically infringing copyright. They stole the outfit from something else.
What would they steal it from?
Magic the Gathering.
Magic the Gathering.
What was their reaction, Dev?
And like, there's an actual picture of the reaction as well, and everyone's laughing about it.
Oh wow!
I'm gonna go grab it. It's on the NXT Twitter.
Yeah.
So basically, it was a Kendra and Lara card. It was basically Becky's outfit, and I showed them the picture on my phone, and like, we need to change this. Like, we'll get sued.
That's funny.
I think what Dev's telling us is Dev created the man gimmick, is what he's letting us know now.
Yeah, created the man gimmick. Yeah. Damn.
I made a man out of her.
Yeah. Well, guys, let's talk a little bit more about our truth. We see that he's got this new look. There's the push for him online about him being the one to defeat Cena at the end, take the title. We're half a year away from the end of Cena. Could it be our truth?
No.
Well, what else are they going to do with our truth? He wants, like, what the hell happened? That our truth, apparently, the story is that people tried to reach out to Truth and he ignored them. And
He's
Nick Khan
played
had
blinder, is what he's done.
And he's like, I'm going to change my look. I'm going to do the cutting the hair thing. I want to go by my.
He needed to do the hair cutting. He needed that hair cutting for years.
But like the crowd investment with this comedy character to get a holy shit chant for cutting his hair, he's knocked it out of the park.
He's
and
brilliant.
What I hope it is one good final run, because the match with Cena could have been, if they'd have actually planned it. Okay, we're not going to renew this guy's contract, and that's another thing as well. He wasn't fired; they just didn't renew his contract, and there's a huge difference. But if they'd have known this and gone, okay, Cena wants to work Truth because by all accounts they're pretty long-standing friends. Great, let's build this retirement match for Truth, and then there wouldn't have been the backlash that they've got. You know?
Yeah, if that had, you're absolutely right. If that had been like, we're going to give a world title match to Truth, or even if it had been like if you remember, like Steve Austin, he was in the main event of WrestleMania. They didn't announce that he wasn't planning to wrestle again; it just happened, or whatever. but clearly that wasn't the plan for it to be his last match.
No.
Well, no,
And
because
so-
he then got squashed, didn't he, on SmackDown by
Yeah. But like
I was gonna
the
say-
thing is, I don't imagine that he's just signed for like 6 months or a year. Like if they've given him a new contract, he's probably got a 2 or 3 year deal here.
It's short term, apparently. That's what I heard.
Is it short term? Okay.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
That's what I've heard.
Less than a year, I think, is what I heard specifically.
But he's then become an ambassador or part of the WWE producers or anything like that. I don't know.
It depends if he wants to stop wrestling. I assumed that maybe they told him that they didn't want to wrestle anymore. Sorry, one sec.
Well, they probably told like Archer, look, you're immortal. You're making the young guys look bad. You know. But yeah, no, I think they've got lightning in the bottle. They could make him a world champion. I think it. And who else beats Cena? Who else beats Cena? Because there is no story. Cody takes it back. Sorry, what was that, Gav?
Papa Shango.
Papa Shango. I'd go for that
I don't know.
any day. But I don't think currently there is a story. If they'd kept doing stuff with The Rock, they could have said, "Oh, there's a division between The Rock and him," and then they could have had Rock turn on him, take the title. But go on in.
Roman.
If they hadn't pulled the Saudi trigger on Punk now, I think there's a perfect story, because way back at Money in the Bank 2010, 11, Punk's leaving. Title match, Cena versus Punk. Cena's basically trying to save the company. Punk is the sort of threat that's going to leave. It's polar opposite, and I genuinely think it's perfect.
Yeah.
Like, and this countdown that he's got going with the dates, the only thing I like about this current Cena run is the countdown with the dates, because that's real threat. That's like, this is how many days you have left, or I'm taking this. So if it was me, it would have been Punk in like November. Maybe he loses at Survivor Series and has one shot in December.
You just made me think of something.
What's that?
Question for you guys: how much time has Jericho got left on his contract?
WCW in AEW.
Yeah,
I don't know. It like Dev, do you know? Oh, countdown. Oh no.
Oh God, save us, Y2J.
right.
No, please not. No.
Yeah.
Every time Jericho does the Lion Salt, I get scared.
I can hear Dave Green right now.
Dave Green will be going. Yeah. Dev.
So I don't know how much is left, but I know Tony Khan wants to do something scumbaggy to specifically avoid him facing Cena. He wants to add all the time he's taken off for the music and the concerts. He wants to add on to the contract.
I don't even think WWE would take Jericho at this stage. They will induct him into the Hall of Fame, except for the fact that he's got a few controversies hanging over him, which might stop that. But I don't think there's any plan for that. Oh, they want to get Jericho back.
And not being funny, would he even be booked properly because of Triple H? You know that him and Triple H had a problem before as well. So.
Yeah.
Although I will tell you this, because I personally know this, him and Triple H is less severe than CM Punk and Triple H was.
Well, yeah,
True.
but Triple H always makes the deal. That is the biggest plus point. You can say everything.
Jericho will say yes if the money is like good. If the number's good, he'll say yes.
Yeah.
If Saudi
They're
wants
both
Jericho,
professionals.
Sorry.
If Saudi wants Jericho, they'll get Jericho.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't.
Eventually.
I only see Jericho being back in WWE in 15 years, Hall of Fame induction. Go on, Dev.
When does Cena leave?
Before the end of the year. So
okay. So I want to surmise this impossible dream match that around about say November, just after Survivor Series, Seth Rollins gets told by Triple H to give his Money in the Bank contract to someone else at the end of Survivor Series. And if it's not revealed, till New Year's Revolution or Elimination Chamber, whatever you want to call it, who is given 2. So Cena wins the match, Cena retains at Elimination Chamber, and suddenly you think you know me. And Edge cashes in on Cena and just get the title.
This is like some weird fan fiction now. Like we're
Yeah.
we're in a very weird
Yeah.
territory here.
No, because
Edge
Either
is
that or
done.
Fever Dream.
Yeah, it's
Edge,
yeah.
no,
this is
because
something.
Edge's first wasn't Edge's first cash in New Year's Revolution 20 years ago.
Do you know what? Not being funny, Jesus comes back and defeats him.
The guy who stabbed him.
Yeah.
Oh, do you know, I thought you meant like Jesus. Wasn't there like one of the Los Barricas with Savio Vega, also called Jesus?
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah. I
Or even
was like,
Beast Square.
this is becoming. Like you mentioned Papa Shango earlier. Someone did. I'm thinking
Oh,
we're
yeah.
going really, really random tonight.
Savio
Really.
Vega was at the Worlds Collide.
B Square.
Was he?
Yeah, he was sitting with he was sitting with a priest.
Oh, okay.
B squared.
There you go.
Man alive.
Paul Buchanan.
Paul Buchanan. That is a blast from the past.
Those were the days.
So he got rid of Carlito. What about Brian Kendrick? The one time they did the battle rap thing.
Yeah, true.
Oh God, yeah. Brian Kendrick. It's such a shame. He is
He
someone
got
that-
screwed over hard.
Isn't he some crazy conspiracy?
Yeah, he is. That's so
Oh.
that came out the week he was meant to debut in
That's right.
AEW, and they had Claudio, so they had Cesaro debut early instead of him because he screwed up. Go on, Dev.
So I'm friends with Brian Kendrick. So I can tell you the story. That footage of him being whatever was one of his very, very old gimmicks. It isn't him.
Yeah,
He never believed any of
yeah.
that stuff.
no, yeah, I get it, but
And
no, people have been
so-
cancelled for
someone-
much less, especially in
Someone
the wrestling
released
world.
that footage specifically so he wouldn't be signed by AEW.
Yeah, it was probably Paul London, wasn't it? Right. Okay, so guys, let's come on to the King and Queen of the Ring. It can't be Crown Jewel. What is the Saudi show that they're going to? Is it just called King and
Night
Queen
of
the Ring?
Champions.
Night of Champions. I was going to say
Night
I've
of
just looked up
Champions.
Crown Jewel, and that isn't yet. So Night of Champions. Let's bring it up. See how things are shaping up. So WWE Night of Champions 2025. So June 28th. So we've got a little ways to go. Dev.
I don't want to say Raw this week is in Green Bay, Wisconsin. And one of the Kings of the
Oh.
Ring.
Sorry.
No. I'll get, you'll see it in a minute, Gav, because
Sorry.
one of the King of the Ring entrances is a mystery entrance. So what I'm thinking is, Gav, now you can do it.
Mr. Kennedy.
Mr. Kennedy.
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 Never gonna happen. Never gonna happen. Okay, so who do we think the mystery entrant is going to be? Because that is a fair point.
Kennedy.
No,
R-Truth.
R-Truth. If R-Truth just wins King of the Ring, like King of the Ring is
doesn't
utterly
need it.
minimal.
No, it's a title shot, isn't it?
Do you get a title shot from it nowadays?
Yeah.
Wait,
When?
Yeah,
Did
yeah.
they get one?
SummerSlam. You get a SummerSlam
Xavier.
shot.
Who won the last
So
King of the Ring? Xavier
Xavier.
Woods definitely. He did not win the. No. There's been someone since then, but they didn't give Xavier
Gunther.
Woods. the
Was it
world title.
Gunther?
No, he's good. No, wait.
Oh, and is that when he won the? No,
And that's when
how
he
he won the
won.
world title.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay, you're right. You're right.
And I've got a story for this year. I reckon Sami Zayn wins King of the Ring. Sami Zayn beats Gunther
Oh,
at
Yeah.
SummerSlam.
Yeah.
Seth cashes in immediately, and we
Yes.
get the Daniel Bryan story, but this time like they're planning it and not like.
oh.
I think you.
And
I
then
think
Sammy
that's a
wins
solid
it at Mania
prediction,
from Seth.
solid prediction.
The only
So-
thing I think is the problem with that, Karrion Cross is involved.
True.
So
He's
when
always involved somewhere.
Wait,
Yeah.
but it
A
doesn't
little
mean
puppet
anything.
master.
Like
he changes people's.
I say this every time we mention Karrion Cross. It's the most frustrating thing in wrestling because it's a story which is mostly just on people's observations on Twitter, and it never amounts to anything. He's been manipulating people for like 6 years apparently, but when are they actually going to turn it into something meaningful on TV? Dev,
Speaking of carrying across on Twitter, he's now quoting Tenet on Twitter now.
the movie Tenet.
Yeah.
What quote? I saw that movie once. I didn't understand.
It was like the time is a.
Sounds like carrying cross to me.
Hold on, I'm gonna go grab it now.
Yeah.
It was like
I think
it's like this
I think
cryptic.
with Cross, like, sorry, Dev, carry on.
Go.
I was just going to say the thing with Cross is that, like, I really like the guy. Like, he's a great promo. You see him talk like out of character. Like, he comes across really well. The bell's got a ring, and he's always been really quite slow. And I say this as someone who's never taken a bump, never will take a bump. I say it from my sofa. But stranger things have happened. But like you say, David, they're not capitalizing on it. They're not doing anything with it. And the push cross signs that you're seeing very quickly became we want truth signs.
Yeah.
So has he now lost that chance? I don't know.
Okay, so I found a quote.
What's the quote?
Temporal pincer movement. Everything we see is a temporal pincer movement.
Magical, right? That like good for him for quoting that. Yeah, print it on a t-shirt, guys. Right. So where we're at though, so still in the King of the Ring tournament, Aleister Black, Carmelo Hayes, LA Knight, and Randy Orton. Who are we going to predict is going to take that?
I want to say they'll give it to Aleister Black just to be like, fuck you, Tony Khan.
Maybe there was a thing with Aleister Black and LA Knight, wasn't there, where LA Knight took Black's spot in Money in the Bank. So does Seth or Seth's cronies, because Knight cost them, they get their own back. Black wins when it should have been LA Knight, and then they have this weird little back and forth thing. It's an odd pairing, LA Knight and Aleister Black. Like, I don't hate it, but I don't quite know what it is yet.
Yeah, it's a bit weird.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, it just feels like Money in the Bank again. People saying, "Oh, it's LA Knight's time." It just feels like they're never going to do. Like, you see Triple H on the press conference afterwards saying, "Like, give it time," and it's just like, this guy was old before he. He's not that old, but relatively, he was old before he became something.
Yeah, exactly.
He's the modern era DDP.
He's the mod. Yeah, well, but here is one of the problems. So, like, the top guys you've now got LA Knight, R-Truth, John Cena. It's like CM Punk's, just coming up for his just had his first main event at Mania. And then on the other end of it, we do have the mystery opponent along with Sheamus, Rusev, and Bronson Reed. So
is AJ in this tournament?
AJ, no.
No,
he is not.
Okay.
I don't know where they go with
AJ.
AJ.
With Gable, isn't he? He's feuding with El Grande Americano or whichever.
Yeah. Okay, so El Grande Americano, he's got to be a future world champion in AAA.
Yeah, in AAA, Triple A champion.
He'll be the mega
champion.
Yeah, is it just the mega champion?
I thought it was awesome in Money in the Bank. Like, really strong in Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
And that spot, I know it was convoluted, and I know Penta was waiting up there for about 25 minutes. But, like, the way he got from the floor, managed to save LA Knight botching that catapult. Clawed himself up that ladder.
That was like the one thing that the world's worst catapult, where he was just you could see his thigh muscles dragging against gravity.
Yeah,
and that could have been it. There could have been no getting up from that. Yeah. And somehow he managed to.
Do you know what? Like, everyone played a good part in that. Like, even Seth with the ladder.
That was
brilliant. Yeah.
And we need to talk about how, for many people, the best part of the show involved 4 people who weren't even in the match. Solo Sikoa
Yeah.
and like
Solo
Solo
Sikoa was incredible.
Yes, it's brilliant.
Yeah.
I think best time
The
ever.
Penta walk was just like I'm here for that.
like
So,
the Solo
okay,
Jake thing.
So what is the future of the bloodline? Because apparently Haku's other son is going to come back, but is he coming back to? Is he coming back?
Apparently.
Yeah, but is he going to? Oh, actually, okay. So, but what I was going to say is like Tamatonga and Tongaloa have vanished off the face of the earth.
Yeah.
We've got JC Mateo. Jacob has just turned on Solo.
I'm sorry, I'm going to put it out there. JC
Go on.
Mateo, I already put it in the group.
Yeah.
Look up Double Dragon 2, one of the bosses.
Double Dragon 2. I'm going to look this up.
Wait.
Right.
Yeah.
But
Really, is it JC Mateo?
Yeah, definitely.
okay,
Wow.
I'll look that up. But to me, what's happening with the bloodline now? If you remember old school WCW, guys, when you had the NWO, and it was like Hulk Hogan is the leader of the NWO with Hall and Nash there. And then there was like, well, there's the NWO Red and Black, the Wolf Pack, and it's Kevin Nash is the leader. Hogan's the leader of the other side. And then suddenly, about 6 months later, Hogan had turned face again. The Wolf Pack wasn't a thing. And you'd suddenly got the feud between like Stevie Richards and Scott Norton and Vincent of, well, which one of us is the leader of the NWO? And it was like, this should have died like before you'd fallen down this many rungs of the ladder. And it feels like, so if Solo's no longer the leader of the bloodline, or maybe he is, and maybe, well, whose side is JC Mateo on? Like, I'm very confused on Solo's
Solo.
side.
Yeah.
Okay, so Jacob's, so is it that Jacob turned heel, or is it that Solo turned
Jacob
face?
turned face.
Jacob turned face, and but he was already
Yeah.
so over.
Yeah.
And I felt a bit disappointed with the turn at Money in the Bank because the whole thing they've been saying for weeks of I love you, Solo, like weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks. That was such a big line. I don't think it landed, and I don't think it was needed. I think him stopping him on the ladder and then kicking his ass was enough.
Yeah.
And then you have them come out on SmackDown, and then he can really hit the line, I hate you, Solo. Because I thought it was a bit.
He didn't even say Solo. He just went, I hate you. He didn't say, he just like,
no, he did say Solo.
Yeah.
He did.
I swear he didn't. Because when I watched that, he just went,
I just remember there being an age between I hate you.
It didn't have the same rhythm.
It just didn't. No.
Yeah.
Because the crowd were already popping. They'd already popped for the moment of him holding him on the ladder. That was the turn. Sorry, Dev, you had your hand up for ages, and I was talking.
No, it's fine. What I was thinking was now they have Solo with JC Tomato or whatever his name is.
JC Tomato.
JC Tomato.
Juicy tomatoes.
Juicy Tomato. Oh my God, we have just created magic here.
Juicy Tomato versus Mr. Iguana. Make it happen.
There you go.
Yeah, because I will forever hate that name because I knew him as Matanza, and it turns out that up until the last minute, his name was going to be JC Matanza to reference Lucha Underground.
Okay.
But they couldn't get the rights, so they're like Mateo.
But they managed to get the rights, even though you said
they couldn't get the rights to the
Matanza
Matanza name. Yeah, it was a copyright thing. So they couldn't get rights to Matanza, so they used Mateo instead.
Right. Also, I'm just trying to. Oh no, go ahead.
Yeah. So they have those two in one group. The Guerrillas of Destiny in one group. They have the original Bloodline with the Roman and the Usos in one group, and then Jacob on his own. And that's literally all the Bloodline is now. Basically, like 5 different groups.
Yeah. Now, just very quickly, whilst we're on the theme of JC Mateo and being a double dragon boss, now perhaps I just haven't found it, but is this what we're going for here?
No,
not that one.
Let me send it again.
Have you got it? I didn't
put
realize
it in the group.
Okay, well, we'll find this.
Also, you missed the greatest. Everybody knows about the Final Fight reference, right? Where in Final Fight, one of the bosses It's called Hugo Andor, and it's based off Andre the Giant.
Yeah. Okay, so guys, we've got a few more minutes. What breaking news? What is there big that we haven't covered, Dev?
Netflix's new wrestling drama, Thursday Night Titans.
Ugh, good for them. Like, I don't think Netflix should do a wrestling drama whilst they've got WWE on there. I think that's kind of a blurry lines kind of thing where,
Yeah.
Well, they're already releasing. I can't remember what
Heels.
the name of the show is, but no. It's a behind-the-scenes documentary.
Dark Side of the Ring.
No. It's a WWE.
Yeah.
thing. So talking about blurring lines and lifting curtains, they've got the trailer where.
Yeah, I remember about that.
Oh
yeah,
is Cody all right? And they're like, no, he's selling. So it's like, okay, well, if kayfabe wasn't dead before, then there we go.
Yeah.
Really weirdly, do you remember like a year ago they said that they were going to show the behind the scenes story of WrestleMania with Roman, The Rock, and stuff like that, and it never came out, did it?
Never came
No,
out.
it did.
It did?
Yeah.
When The Rock, it came out. That's
Oh,
when
okay.
The Rock was
I missed
changing
that.
the whole thing. Then it was all planned. He listened to the crowd, and yeah,
Wow.
That's not for Mania Just Gone, is it? That's the year before.
that was 2 years ago.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's the.
I'd love to see the one for this year. Like,
imagine.
Yeah. Oh gosh. No, I don't think there's any other big breaking news. Rikishi's gone on a podcast saying how unhappy he is that Jay's title reign came to an end. Which I don't know. He just never seems happy. Rikishi doesn't.
Yeah. Also, I put the link in the chat for you, David,
For
the WrestleMania documentary.
oh, okay. Cheers. Okay, I'll try to check that. Right. Okay, guys. So in that case, we
I
will
really want to find this picture for you guys.
Yeah.
It's bugging me, but
Okay, well, we'll begin to wrap things here either way. So let's find out where we can find everyone on social media, starting with Dev. Where can the people find you?
You can find me on TikTok and Twitch under the name F3DAT. And my wrestling recommendation for this week is go watch Heels.
Go watch Heels.
It's a wrestling show with Arrow, from Stephen Amell from Arrow. And he brought AJ Lee and CM Punk into it.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, fantastic. Ian, where can the people find you? And do you have a wrestling recommendation for?
oh gosh,
people?
I'm not very active social media wise, so I'll just say that if I get to come back here, then I'll see you all here. Wrestling recommendation: check out Nikki Bella calling Stephanie Vaquer something ridiculous. That was
Okay.
fun. Vacque or whatever it was.
Back way. Yeah. Okay, fantastic. Gav.
you can. I actually, just before I say it, I've actually sent you another link photo in the group. But you can catch me here next time.
Oh, I don't know if I can bring that up on the screen quick enough. Right, I'll very quickly try to. My name is David Pistansky. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at David Pistansky. Make sure you follow all things Slam Jam at Slam Jam Wrestling or just Slam Jam Show across all of the socials. And with this, oh my God, it's the smallest picture in the world.
Yeah,
Right,
I was going to
if we
say,
can-
I had a better one.
It's fine. I'll make it bigger. So apparently this is JC Mateo. I don't know if it does it justice, but there you go. Apparently,
Not a great shot, but
not a great shot. I'll take your word. Dev, very quick.
Breaking news just now.
Go on.
The reason Jey Uso lost the title was because the Saudis wanted Gunther versus Goldberg.
But the match isn't taking in Saudi. It's going to happen on Saturday night's main event, apparently.
That's in
No,
Atlanta, I think, isn't it?
But Saudis don't ask for it, so
I
don't know.
Time will tell. I don't think Goldberg's going to have his last match in Saudi Arabia. But with this, until next time, stay safe. Always stay extreme. Keep slamming and jamming. And ciao for now. Boom. We are, in fact, off the air.
well done, guys.
Great show.
It was a good.